Wiggy time on the fly. What's up, everybody? Hurricane Henry is whooping everybody's ass in the Northeast right now. But Wiggy time on the fly is on your YouTube television sets. And this is July 20th, 2001. I dare the cameraman to stop shaking. This is at Bayonne, New Jersey's Charity Hall. And I put up a video a while back with Mercedes Martinez wrestling Trinity H. Campbell. And this is from the same night. This is really exciting for me because I found my coaxial cable that plugged in my VCR, and now I can show the old school, look at that, Jersey All-Pro Wrestling from Suicidal TV. This is Homicide, the notorious 187. You see him now in Ring of Honor. Oh, very interesting sign there. I think it means weeds in the garden. And Homicide is standing in front of long-haired Ref Hansen back in his days, and there's his referee his manager Johnny D, who was also a promoter at this time. And now Homicide is here, and you caught me whispering something to Johnny D, probably giving him a cue to do something. Probably telling him about a hole in the ring, or telling him that he owes me more money, something like that. And there's Homicide, and Homicide, as you can tell, this is now, God, this is over 20 years ago. Can you believe that? It's ridiculous. And Homicide looks very similar now to he did then. His body type always remained the same. He was never a stupid health nut. He just had that shape. A natural athlete. Looked at as a garbage wrestler forever, and God, how wrong everybody was there. I call him the best all-around wrestler I've ever refereed for. And there's his opponent, Low Key. This is teacher versus student. There's Elax, the exploded child Elax, who did some JAPW camera work. And R.I.P. Doug Gentry right behind him. There's Low Key now. Low Key, I've said, other than AJ Styles, or along with AJ Styles, is the best in-ring athlete I've ever been in the ring with. His body control is ridiculous. This is the third, I think, Low Key match on my channel. I apologize for my video setup. Still in the process of moving and house construction. This is what it is right now. So there's Low Key. Look at those graphics. Modtron Productions. Look them up. Modtron Video. And very exciting. They were eons above their time. There's Low Key now. And I'm showing Homicide, the Jersey All-Pro Heavyweight Championship. This is something that referees don't do enough. Hold that belt up. Man, I didn't do it enough. But hold the belt up to all four sides. Let the people see that it's for a title. That's what it's for. That's what you should be doing. And now here I am. What am I doing with the belt? There, I'm getting in the corner. Ring announcer Brad Matthews is now introducing the guys. The audio is not very good, so that's why I don't have it on there. And this match is now underway. They actually wrestled earlier on in Jersey All-Pro, earlier that month. And there I am ringing the bell. Low Key and Homicide. This should have been a Flair Steamboat type series. Again, like Teddy Hart said this, that he wasted his miles in Jersey All-Pro Wrestling. And that sounds like a knock, and it's not a knock, because JAPW has its own history, its own place in indie wrestling history. It really does. It's a birthplace of Jay Lethal, and it's where Homicide, Low Key, the Hit Squad, all kind of, if you want to call the Hit Squad on the same level as those guys, got their, the bugs ironed out. But Jersey All-Pro should have been the biggest independent in the country. Really should have. They had an X Factor. It's just they had a regional name and they had no brains. Like, nobody to say, hey, this is a good idea. Let's fly indie guys around the country. It would have worked. I mean, they brought in American Dragon, who's Daniel Bryan. They brought in Christopher Daniels. They did bring in a bunch of guys, but they just didn't do it enough. And they didn't, I don't know, they could have been talked about like, ooh, nice headbutts. Kind of test your strength here. And this is I gave this match to Paul Turner earlier in the month, and I saw how damn good it was, so I took it the next month. Paul Turner was good like that. I'd do it one time, he'd do it one time, I'd do it one time, he'd do it one time. I'll give referee Keenan Quinn the same respect that if I had a guy, or I wanted to referee for a guy, hey, I never had him before, all right, take him. Now, Keenan Quinn was a master politician because he learned from Nova, Mike Bucci, the biggest kiss ass in wrestling history. Not good enough, though, because he's not still there. Nova, if you're watching, you're a clam and a goof. And you know why I don't like you. But who cares? We're in our 40s now. Homicide and Low Key here. See, I shoot on these things too. Look at how quick this thing. That's a fucking high cross body. I know it's like a basic move, but it just, I mean, these guys are so good athletically that it's like, just look at it. Just look at it. Low Key now chases Homicide out of the ring. Johnny D, I mean, he wasn't the worst manager ever, but God, he just left so much to be desired. He just never tried. He would wear a JAP shirt and like hiking boots to the ring. You know, it's like, why? This, I don't know. I don't know. He never gimmicked up. Couldn't cut a promo. Yeah, he was pretty bad. Anyway, Homicide's getting it. I like Pierre a lot. But he was, I don't know, he could have been a lot better because naturally he was actually good at some things. A guy who was in the wrestling industry for 20 plus years sitting next to me would agree if he saw enough of him. I couldn't zoom in on him there. But Low Key now, on the ground, Homicide takes him down. Excellent wrestling you're seeing here. A lot of future wrestlers are in the crowd. I think Steve Scott is in there, out there somewhere. Jay Lethal might even be in the crowd here, I'm not sure. But Charity Hall here in Bayonne was a legit bingo hall, and it was a legit wrestling school. And a lot of the students would go to the shows because, you know, the JAP would want to make it look like there was a lot of people there. And they did draw, but this is right after the no hardcore wrestling in New Jersey rule came out in the middle of 2000. There was a show at JAP in May of 2000 that got shut down, and a lot of crap was going on. And JP then turned to all wrestling. This was their show called The New Breed, and having this as the main event did not hurt because, I mean, Homicide versus Low Key. Give me 10 refills of that. And I've said a lot about Low Key over the years because he has been a dick to me. We were friends at one point. Look at this rest, just excellent. Weird camera cut there, but Low Key's kicks were outstanding too because, first of all, they were 100% real. No, no, they just looked good. His body control was outstanding. He looked the part in every sense of the word. But I've always said this about Low Key. I always thought he was of a main event level. Like, his attitude sucked. Ooh, those chops are ridiculous. And every chop he's giving here, he's going to get later. Because Homicide could chop with the best of them. It's not, oh my, look at this goof ref on his knee, holding the top rope. Nice guy. And out goes Low Key. Outstanding. Out goes Homicide. Outstanding. But yeah, everything Low Key gave to Homicide, he got. Everything Homicide gave to Low Key, he got. There was a lot of give and take. They were friends. They were, teacher and student. Low Key going for a high cross. Lands on his feet. Homicide off the top. What? Nice. Homicide, and at this point, too, he always had wrestling boots on and then, like, street clothes. It was really funny, but everyone's like, oh, that look will never last. And now that's what you remember Homicide for, is just, street clothes, but he has wrestling boots. Homicide, I've said this before in videos, his hero was Terry Funk, and I thought he was just saying that for years, but literally, like me with the Von Erichs, is Homicide, Terry Funk. That's his guy. And you see a lot of Terry Funk in him, because Homicide can do all this, the catch can, he could do the Japanese style, he could do some Mexican style, and then he does the old school Terry Funk kind of heelish tactics. Look, I mean, he goes over with me with the count. It's something very, 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 very minimal. They don't see. Just yelling 2. Gives Low Key a minute to breathe. See, so many guys today, and I do watch indies today. Not as much as maybe some of you out there. Actually, no, not as much as some of you out there. But I'll watch an indie match. I don't see guys arguing with the ref. Or they'll just go right into the next move. Video game wrestler, video game wrestler, video game wrestler. And at the filming of this, at the time of me filming this, CM Punk just debuted in AEW. And a lot of people think it's the beginning of wrestling's next boom. And I would be lying if I said I'm cheering for it, but I'm not definitely cheering against it. Nice in-ring action. Ooh, look at this. 10 minutes in, and you're seeing that they both nicely done. Rick Steiner did that phenomenal, but so did Homicide. Covers, is it? No. You got to hook a leg, 2 legs, the tights. That's how you get them. No, but I think it's the little things that are missing in today's wrestling that will halt it from being the big boom. Things like that. I mean, not arguing with the ref. Argue with the ref. Ref, that was 3. Tiny little things. The other thing is they don't have a big star. WWE just brought John Cena back. That tells you all you need to know right there. They don't have an it guy. They don't have the X Factor. The guy with the X Factor. Hogan, Austin, Rock. There it is. Nice job. And they don't have a Bret Hart either who can carry an entire card. They just don't have that guy. Roman Reigns is not that guy. I have nothing against Roman Reigns. I actually only met him one time at WXW for about 8 seconds. We've never exchanged a conversation. So I have nothing against the guy at all. He's just not that guy. Looks the part, looks like $1 trillion, but he's not the guy. I want him on my team, but he's not the guy. All right, enough talking about Roman Reigns in this. Low-key and Homicide. And I would say this is match number... Only 3 or 4 they had in JP, kind of one-on-one. And it was about time that they had it. God, I was so into refereeing here. You see me wearing tape around my wrists at this time. One says T, the other one says G. Terry Gordy just died, like days before this show, and they did a 10-bell for him in the beginning. The whole bit. If I get this in, Terry Gordy, everyone has a top 10 all time. Top 10 NBA players all time. Top 10 baseball players of all time. If you're going to do top 10 professional wrestlers of all time, I'm not talking drawing cards. I'm talking the best of the best at this craft. Terry Gordy's on it. He's the best big man ever. I don't think that's really deniable. Feel free to tell me in the comments, but Terry Gordy was 1 in a million. The closest thing I've ever seen to him is Abyss. Loki, ooh, nah, there it is. That signature kick. Nice display going into that second rope kind of flip kick that he shot kicked him off, knocked him out cold in Ring of Honor. Nailed him with it there. Nails Homicide with it there. Now the 10 count ensues. But yeah, Abyss is the closest thing I've ever seen to Terry Gordy. Loki, see, look at that. Going for the cover. Just it's taking him that extra second to get there. 1, 2 count only. Loki didn't get a leg hook in. Loki now signaling for something. Going for something. He's going for a double underhook. God, this crowd, even though it wasn't the old crowds of the hardcore days in Jersey All Pro, which I missed. I got there kind of at the end of it. I got there February 2000, which is kind of at the end of JAP's hardcore days. But the crowds were still kind of, hot, even though there's only 250. Nice tope to the outside, suicide dive, if you want to call it. Both men out. I'd always run out there and check. Look at my ass. My ass is phenomenal back then. I was hitting the gym. Not enough, because I never tightened up. Did love my life back then here. I was a landscaper by day, referee by weekend. I had my old girlfriend at the time. I had what was I driving? 86 Ford Mustang? No, I had the 2000 Pontiac Grand Am at this time. And I was a landscaper for Hoffman LaRoche, which is now non-existent. There's some useless Ref Hansen facts for you. We're quickly getting to a 10 count here. Doug Gentry with the North Carolina hat. He either had a North Carolina hat or a North Carolina shirt on all the time. Something baby blue all the time. Doug, goddamn it, we miss you. Homicide now going for a cover here. 1, 2. He's not going to get him. He's not going to. I knew it. And not just because I reffed this 20 years ago. So for you Ring of Honor fans right now, you Impact Wrestling fans and GCW, Homicide was the guy then. He was the guy 20 years ago. He truly is Terry Funk. I mean, he's longevity. There's no one like him. And I know people age better today because we eat a little better. And people don't wake up and have like 2 donuts and a pack of cigarettes. But guys are in much better shape today. And Homicide is, he's living proof. And Low-Key is too. I saw Low-Key. It's been, last time I saw him was 2 years ago. I haven't seen him in 2 years, but he looked outside. Dragon Sleeper on the top rope. Excellent move, but obviously the ref's going to give you a count. I am going to give you a count. So you got to break it at 4, but that's a good in-between move. As someone watching, you should steal that. Loki's still going with the pants here. He would go to the shorts like the next year. Nice running drop kick right on the top rope. Oh, Homicide did have his singlet on underneath. Sometimes he wouldn't go with the singlet underneath. I'm trying to get Homicide off that top rope. I hate when the ref helps. I guess you have to. See, I made it look like I was helping, but the last second I didn't. And I think it looks better if the wrestler kind of pleads for the ref to help him. It's a little heel tactic. But there's no real heel in this match. Low Key's the face, and Homicide's just in between. What are they going for here? We're 15 minutes in. These guys still going fast-paced. But selling. I mean, you got to sell too. Homicide. Key. Oh, my God. Cop killer. Dangerous. I told Homicide I will never take that move from him. Because you have to be in shape like Low Key. Or you have to be scrawny and in shape to kind of... What? Who pulled me out? Xavier pulls me out. Xavier just pulled me out of the ring. That was 3. Low Key was going to lose the Jersey All-Pro Heavyweight Championship. Wow. Yeah, forget this ending. See, I forgot. The hell are you doing, Xavier? Get out of here. I'm trying to get him out of here. Xavier pulled me out right after the cop killer happens. I got to call for the bell. Damn it, Xavier, you bastard. You ruined it for everybody. Xavier now taking Low Key. Oh, good Lord. That was another phenomenal match back in the day. Low Key and Xavier. Homicide now pissed off at me that I called for the bell. Johnny D pissed off at me that I called for the bell. Well, Xavier cheated. Go beat him up. Xavier, another guy who's just look at the bodies on this guy, on these two guys. I'm out, and now what's gonna happen here? Xavier and Homicide, little head to head here. See, JP had some great angles back in the day, too. There was like this triple threat feud, Homicide, Xavier, Low Key, which I forgot all about. Dixie and the Insane Dragon with that brotherly rivalry. They had a lot of good stuff. Oh, gets caught. Oh, Xavier didn't take it. Xavier's out. Smart. Smart. Xavier was a phenomenal heel, but he needed a manager. Didn't have the charisma to cut promos by himself, but just he looked the part, 100%. What's going to do it here for Wiggy Time on the Fly? Hope you enjoyed this one on a rainy day. I don't know when I'm going to release this, hopefully today. And I hope you enjoyed it. So for Sean Wiggins, I'm Ref Hansen. And for Ref Hansen, I'm Sean Wiggins. This Blast from the Past, July 20th, 2001, Homicide and Low Key, one-on-one. Again, sorry for the quality. Going to be a lot of bad quality tapes coming up, but it's of old matches that we can never get back because the VCR is going to be gone someday. And there I am. Hope you enjoyed it. Homicide and Low Key from 20 years ago. Hope you enjoyed it. And there'll be plenty more to come. As always, keep in touch with yourselves. And don't do anything I wouldn't do. Love you.